All right, astrology time. Shane here, daily-astrocat.com. Where else do you come for a little bit of history, a little bit of mystery, a little bit of, knowledge, right? Hey, what are we doing? So today's Catterday, or Saturday, the 31st of January. That's the ultimate day. That's the last day of the month, right? We have already one down with 11 more to go. If you can believe that. 2026, here we come. All right, so look. The moon is going to be in Cancer today. It's going to start in Cancer, and it's going to be void of course at 4:32 in the afternoon. And it's going to enter Leo at 7:09. So that's not a very long void of course, but it is significant because it's right there in the meat of the evening, right? So look, there were protests yesterday. Yes, and they will be continuing, right? Now, if you're participating in them, this is classic Sun and Aquarius traits that are being expressed literally, because we all tap into that, right? That's what this is based on, right? That our astrology, the Sun in Aquarius makes these things more accessible to everybody. You don't have to be a native Aquarian to be able to tap into these things or to have these things influence you in some way or touch you in other ways, right? Now, if you're organizing or leading some of these protests, well, that is going to be, full moon in Leo kind of aspects, right? That's what they're going to bring into being. You know, that sudden call to leadership. We're going to be there. Okay. May not have all the ideas or not have all the answers. There's other people for that, right? Leo's that figurehead. So, what are we getting out of this? What are we doing? Well, Leo is a very creative sign. We have to remember that too, because it is ruled by the sun. It's the sun's own sign. The moon and the sun only have one sign that they're the rulers of in the ancient, the way the ancient astrologers saw it. And that's because they were seen as a duality, both being kind of like the same thing, right? Like just one male aspect of it, one female aspect of it. And that's why the zodiac kind of goes backwards, counting backwards from them. That's why Cancer and Leo are both together, and then everything starts spreading out. Have you ever noticed that? Yeah, if you think about it, right? What's the sign before Cancer? Oh, that would be Gemini, right? Who's the ruler of Gemini? Well, that's Mercury. What's the sign after Leo? Well, that's Virgo. The ruler of Virgo? Mercury, etc., etc., etc. If you keep on going back, you'll keep on getting your planets. Remember, these are only the ancient rulers, though. So Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, they weren't around, right? So when they came up with this scheme, but that's why the planets are formed the way that they are. So think about that. Okay, that's a little bit of a knowledge drop for you. Okay, so new leaders are emerging, and they're going to take the reins of these Aquarian sentiments that we're feeling. Can't help it, right? You're just here. Look, your personal style and your unique abilities are what's really on display here. This is what we're doing. This is what this Aquarius season is about, right? As we start to grow into these things, as we rise into these things, as we're doing things, our personal style. Expand your audience and see where that takes you, all right? Just talk to more people. Do what you have to do. Challenges present opportunities, and we're going to overcome these in our own special way through hard work and some out-of-the-box thinking, right? And it isn't over, right? This is just the beginning. And today's keyword is elevated. And the color is a candle in the darkness. Now, we have Imbolc coming up, right? Yes, we do. That coincides with Groundhog Day, or Candlemas, as the Catholic Church so appropriated it to be. Now, the knowledge that we're gaining, there's knowledge that we're gaining, but it barely quenches our thirst for more information. Innovative approaches can apply to our social and interpersonal toolkit, and it always doesn't need to be dependent on tech, right? Yeah, Aquarius may be inventions and stuff like that, but it's also ideas, and it's that way of going about things intellectually and abstractly. Now, Genuine empathy and compassion, they are sorely in short supply. Saturn in Pisces is here to remind us that this has to be one of the considerations moving forward. Okay? You know those challenges? That's what we're talking about. That's what's going to present us with the opportunities. Now, Saturn in Pisces, here to remind us that is definitely needs to be accounted for. The North Node in Pisces will have us questioning these cults of personality that are around, for lack of a better word, right? We need to get back to something more basic and of the people. We need to get back to some kind of thing that recognizes just how special each and every single one of you are, and that little bit of divinity, that divine spark that we all carry within us. Now, because you're not going to put it out just by pointing fingers and calling names. In the end, think about this. The foundations of Western liberal democracy, which came to light during the Enlightenment, right? And into prominence last time Pluto was in Aquarius. And they'll be affirmed, and safeguards will be restored. Now, this Aquarius season has one big lesson to teach us. Don't get too emotionally invested in the day-to-day. There's a detachment to the Aquarius. There's an aloofness to it. You pull back. You look at it, the big picture, right? Be yourself and find your own flow, where your intentions, this is where your intentions and your actions will align. Okay? This is how we integrate our 3D world with the 5D effortlessly, okay? The less we think about it, the easier it is to do. It's like yesterday's quincunxes. The harder you look for them, the more elusive they become, right? No, I don't see that. What happened with me is that I just happened to be myself, and I had a great time doing it. And it was very productive, surprisingly. In my case, because I wasn't looking too hard. I was watching everything around, and in those fleeting glimpses, there was a falcon over frozen water that usually ranges way up north, almost white on the underside, right? That's what you see when you're not looking. And then everybody got up, and we went to a window, and then saw it circle around again. But just that brief glimpse, that sighting, that catching of it, that awareness, that peripheral awareness is what we're working towards. And that's how we elevate our vibrational state, by operating at that level. Now, does this make sense? Use your imagination. Look, re-listen to my words if you really want to make sure that you internalize today's message. It's all about flow and presence. Use these things to return to your higher vibrational state and to help you stay in this elevated state. And that's how we tie that keyword right back into this, right? Okay. A lot of stuff there. So in 1862, astronomer Alvin Graham Clark makes his first observation of Sirius B, and it's the absolute first observation of it. It's the first known white dwarf star in Cambridgeport, Massachusetts, while testing his new telescope. And our birth is in 1937, which is really an early date. Suzanne Pleshette, she's an American actress. She was actually in Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds and the Bob Newhart Show. She was Emily. She was on that for 6 seasons. Born in New York City, and she died in 2008. And that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for indulging me in my knowledge drop, okay? I just love doing this. This is a lot of fun. I like going back and I look at those things, the factoids and stuff like that, and research them a little bit, put them out there for you. Appreciate and love every single one of you. We had a bunch of shares yesterday. I really appreciate that. Thank you. We are just doing great as far as that's concerned. I appreciate and love every single one of you. Thank you so much. Keep the comments coming. Today, Well, let's recapitulate. Today, the keyword is elevated. And the color, we're getting ready for Candlemas. A candle in the darkness. Today's a 6. Happy astrocatting.